On today's episode of Watch Chair Go, we're here at my house in the garage with my baby, and it's very broken. What is going on, guys? I am Watch Chair Go, and today we are here with my 2008 Audi R8 V8, my Hefner twin turbo car with the ultimate option, the gated manual. Well, since the key's in it, it'll be very easy to show you guys what's wrong with the car. Let's turn it on and crank. Oh yeah, that cranking thing. It doesn't work anymore, and the fan just runs full speed all the time. So what happened was Boosted Euro and I jumped in here and we were able to pull everything out of the stock ECUs. He has some custom software that will let him remotely download every hex location, hex address out of the stock Bosch ECUs. And then he went through it all and he was like, hey man, somebody's tried to flash these before. It had a write count of 2. And he said they wrote outside of the usable bounds of the ECU. So he sent me a baseline tune that we were gonna do some testing with. And he was like, you know, flash this to both ECUs, go out, do some part throttle pulls, don't really get on it, you know, 30% throttle, drive it around, and we'll pull some logs, get it back to me, and we'll start actually tuning it. Well, he also said that this tune might brick the car, and it did that part instead. So now I have a giant twin turbo paperweight instead of a twin turbo R8 that I could drive around. He needs the ECUs. So we're gonna ship those ECUs off to Boosted Euro, and they're gonna bench program those, which is pretty common on these Bosch ECUs. So today's job, we're gonna rip the back end of this thing apart, get the ECUs out of the car, and put them in a box and ship them off to him. It's a little bit of an involved job, and I know you have to actually cut some screw heads. It has tamper-proof screws. They're never made to back out once they're installed. So we have to like slot them ourselves and tear all of the engine trim out. Let's get to it. All right. So open the hatch up. It's hilarious, you pull that and the back opens instead of the front. And we'll come around here, and I know we're gonna have to remove those struts and get all this trim out. Look how good this looks. They washed it right before it headed back. And oh man, it looks like a new car. The Snap-on Dezus tool, I got this for free, as you can see. So all of these giant pieces of trim have to come out. You just kind of go like this. It's nice if you have the custom tool to do it. Okay, the engine trims are out, and obviously it looks like a very different car. As soon as you pull those, they are some huge pieces of plastic with all that mesh in there and everything. Now there's 4/8 on the clips that hold these on, and then there's a hidden ground. The grounds are like inside the side blades, and then we have to figure out how to get the connector off. So I'm gonna dive in here and we're gonna try to pull the 4/8 that hold the clips, and we'll just kind of keep going from there. So that's a super fun job to do completely blind. Now we have to figure out how these screws come out of the ECU. Yeah, somehow that retainer has to come off of there. Oh, so it looks like I just need to cut there and there based on that nut that's welded on there. So let's figure it out. Shouldn't be too bad. I should probably pull the battery before we disconnect the ECUs. I guess it doesn't really matter, they're already dead. Busting out the case. All right, we need a cutoff wheel here. Watch me not have a single. Yeah, so we're just gonna do this here maneuver and use it sideways. Because all my cutoff wheels got broke. I know this seems bad, but it's the only way to do it. So here we go. Well, Gabe is bringing the Dremel cutoff wheels over because this was not going to work without them. So he's got some on tap over there, and while he's doing that, I'm going to go back to the blind wrenching and continue getting this ECU freed up. And when he gets here, we should be able to just cut the screws, pull this thing off. Hopefully it just takes a few seconds. So these back bolts on this thing are, I mean, nearly impossible to get off. You got to go completely blind or go through all the work of removing the side blades. Gabe has arrived with the backup. Ooh, not quite big enough, huh? Just needs a little tiny.
Yeah.
But that looks pretty good. I like it's a nice slot, that's for sure.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm all about them slots.
Professional cutter. Come on! I saw you had it. Man, that is like legit tight. Wow. Teamwork. I got the other ECU out finally. Gabe's cutting the screws, and they do actually come loose. So I think we're about ready to try the last. I hopefully you only have to take 2 of these screws out. So if we have to take them all out, it's gonna be a mess. I had to brace it against the frame just to break the other one.
Might have to do that.
It's a whole thing to try to get these loose.
Nope. Those thin cut ones there.
Thick with 2 C's?
Oh yeah.
Yuck! Alright, here we go. Oh, you're right. It's just popping. Well, I'll try these ones real quick. Just to see if we've got a chance.
For those of you following along at home, click your heels 3 times and say, I do believe in fairies. I do.
Oh, man. I thought I won, but I did the opposite of won.
Did break. You win this round, Audi.
Well, these are lifetime warranty, right? I sure hope they are. This is actually a pretty reasonable job if you have 4 hands. Like, if you're possibly an octopus and you only need half of your hands, or a human with an extra human. But I think that's it. I think it's gonna come off. Here, I'll put the screws aside. Put them in the stash box. Okay, I think now we just pull. It's gotta just come off. There's nothing else holding it on. Unless the only thing is, there could be like a center screw like GM likes to do, you know?
Right underneath it.
Yes. And we can't see that, can we?
There's no way that's gonna work.
What are you talking about? It's not even slipping.
Did I quit?
All that work, all those forums that said slot these things. Okay, it would be like 50 times faster with a screwdriver. Isn't there a screwdriver sitting over here? Oh yeah, easy peasy. All right, now.
Okay, now let me see you do it with that one.
I know, that one I don't really have room for the jaws to get in there, but I'm gonna try it. I wanna try it. It might work. These are still hot. Really hot. So hot. We actually ended up getting a good bite on that one, but it's still twisted out. It is so tight. We had all our weight on it. That's the last one on this ECU, and just about done on that one too.
Yeah, one more on that one.
Sweet.
But this is how the Germans will keep the Americans from tampering with their cars, yeah!
Gabe lived in Germany. He's allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Go for it. Oh, needs more down pressure. There you go. Yes! Yes!
I'll take it.
Yep. It's better than the others, which are invincible. It literally has invincible screws on these ECUs. We're gonna put it back with like a metric bolt with a Phillips so that it looks factory, but it's usable. I was gonna say just Scotch tape. That should be
There you
fine.
go.
Yeah, anything of that sort would be better than this. There's no doubt. Okay, I'm holding. Yes!
Somebody should tell the German engineers that they made the front ones too easy.
I know, right? The back ones are impossible.
Yeah, the back ones are good, but the front ones you guys really screwed up on.
It was truly tamper-proof. If you ever have to do this, it's a very, very messy job. It's either cut really big and deep initially or weld something onto them. I mean, kind of sketchy since ECUs. Or get out the I'm done talking cutoff wheel. And it worked. The old I'm done talking worked great. And there's the two halves. And here's what's left of the bolt. And there's metal everywhere. And now it looks like pull out and pull out. Look at all that dirt. Whole lot of data and stuff. That's like 200 pins in these ECUs.
Jeez.
Wild. All right, I'm gonna label these because it is critical they go back where they came from. Yep. Nice.
There you
I
are.
like how you pulled the clip all the way out.
That's how I go.
Too much power. 2 ECUs. And this one, they've already got JR Go driver scribbled all over them. This one's gonna get JR Go passenger scribbled all. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's already there?
That one might. Oh,
that was from
I
us.
did that. I did. Yeah, that is from us. Thanks, Gabe. You have all the cutoff wheels, and I'm like, my stuff's too segmented. I tried not to take anything out of here and only get new stuff at the shop. That way I could still work here, you know, but unfortunately, like, some of it moved.
I mean, you got stuff all over the place. So.
I know. The Milwaukee stuff is what moved. It's all we needed today. Anyway, thanks, bro.
Anytime.
Well, now you guys know how to cut the ECUs out of your Audi R8. It's kind of a bigger ordeal than they make it sound. Take your time. You'll get it done. And maybe also have like a big cutoff wheel tool. You can really cut it out with that. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head over to shop, watchjrgo.com, where you get cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I'll talk to you next time. Yeah, that was supposed to take like 10 minutes.
I mean, it did after we got the big cutoff.
Yeah. If you start with the big cutoff wheel,
Go big or go home.
that's it. That's it. Or drill them. Honestly, if I was doing it again, I would have drilled all those and then popped it right off.
That might have made a bit more sense.
Yeah. Well, everyone said to slot them so that you could reuse them, which is ridiculous. Screws are, I mean, I was going to say 13 cents, but they're like 1 cent.
I don't know. Audi screws might be more.
Audi screws might be more. There we go. Let's tape these up. Get this box nice and sealed and run it over to FedEx. Boosted Euro sent me a priority overnight label, so you will get these very quickly.